What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Real Media, where we break down the biggest moments in hip hop and give real takes on the music that moves the culture. Today, we're diving deep into rap's biggest comeback stories: Gunna's Gift and a Curse versus Young Thug's UI Scuti. Both fresh out after serving time, both had something to prove, and both had the whole world watching to see how they bounce back. This wasn't about music, it was about redemption for two artists with everything on the line. So today, we're breaking down both albums, track by track, to see who really made the stronger return. Real Media, let's go. Backstory. Let's take it back. After all the Rico drama, UI Scuti rumored to be Thug's next album. The fans have been waiting for a minute for this Thug album since he was locked up. Thug finally got out. He started tweeting non-stop, teasing snippets here and there, but never dropped. As a fan, it was frustrating to watch. He switched up release dates 3 different times, changed artwork, and kept previewing songs that had everyone guessing when would it drop. Every time people thought it was finally coming, boom, another delay. All that hype gave UI Scooties this myth-like pressure before the world even heard it. Meanwhile, Gunna was already back outside, focused, quiet, and moving with purpose. He didn't overhype, overtalk, he just dropped Gift and a Curse with no features. No big label rollout, just him and the truth. And that contrast made everything more interesting. Thug had the legacy, but Gunna had a chip on his shoulder. Rollout and momentum. Thug's rollout was wild. He dropped snippets, changed the cover twice, had fans decoding tweets. It felt like a big comeback, but also chaotic, like he was trying to remind people why he's the architect. Gunna's rollout was quiet, but strategic. He let the music talk. No interviews, no statements, just here's where I'm at. And then when Fuck You Me started taking off, it felt like the world slowly stopped whispering and started listening again. Numbers and reaction. When UI Scuti finally dropped, it moved about 65,000 first week units. Strong, but lower than the hype suggested. Still, the curiosity around Young Thug's first full project had everyone tuned in. Gunna's Gift and the Curse did about 85,000 first week, all off solo momentum, and that's what made it crazy. No Thug feature, no YSL push, no cosigns. He proved he could survive the storm and still chart top 3. Sound and direction for UI Scuti. Musically, Thug's UI Scuti was all over the place. Not much of direction track-wise. Colorful, unpredictable, and emotional. Thug was testing new pockets again, floating between melodic trap and alien-like cadences, but some fans felt like it was scattered. He was still finding his balance after everything. Ninja. Thug came in swinging. Ninja set the tone early. That dark, twisted production and offbeat flow let you know he wasn't easing into this one. He was raw, loud, and borderline unfiltered here. The energy is crazy, but it definitely grabbed attention for the wrong reasons too. The racial slurs sparked a lot of talk online. Whether you love it or hate it, the track made people listen. That's Thug in his most unpredictable form. On the News featuring Cardi B. Now this one could have been way better without Cardi. Her verse didn't really match the mood Thug was setting up. The beat's cinematic, heavy, but she pulled the energy in a different direction. You can tell Thug had something more introspective in mind. That signature mix of melody and menace. If this was a Thug solo, it might have hit with that old Jeffrey type feel. Yuck featuring Ken Carson. This one's wild because Thug basically carries the track by himself. Ken Carson part feels like an afterthought. Not bad, just unnecessary. Thug's delivery though, nasty. That high-pitched chaotic tone mixed with the way he rides the beat reminds you of why he's still the blueprint for the whole new wave. He made Yuck sound like his playground. Effortless dominance. R.I.P. Big Mac featuring T.I. Now this is where the chemistry really shines. Thug and T.I. go back and forth like Atlanta veterans passing the mic between generations. Both spaz out lyrically. T.I. brings that OG grit while Thug injects that new school unpredictability. You can tell there's mutual respect here. It's one of those records that bridges the eras, Atlanta to its core. Miss My Dogs. Easily one of the most emotional joints on UI Scuti. Thug drops his bravado for a second and gets vulnerable, talking about missing his people, Future, Baby, Gucci, and even his girl. You can feel the pain and confusion in every line. It's Thug reflecting, not flexing, which is rare and refreshing. It's raw honesty, and that's what makes it a hit. These are the tracks from UI Scuti that stood out to me. Drop your comments below on what songs you were feeling. Let me know. Gunna's Gift and the Curse was focused, dark, and cohesive. He took that snitch narrative and flipped it into motivation. Every beat felt intentional. His delivery carried weight. You could hear him fighting for respect. Standout tracks for Gift and the Curse are Back at It. Right from the jump, Gunna came in like he had something to prove. Back at It is that statement record. He's reminding everybody that rumors, the hate, the noise didn't move in one bit. The production hits heavy. The flow is sharp. You can feel the hunger like he's saying, I'm back and I'm not begging for your approval. This was a perfect way to set the tone for the whole project. Payback. On Payback, Gunna slides into the smooth melodic pocket that made fans love him in the first place. But beneath that melody, he's talking about revenge through success. How getting back in the game and winning is the payback. He sounds focused, like he's brushing it off all the old drama and locking back into what made him great: the sound, the flow, the confidence. Fuck You Mean. Fuck You Mean is an undeniable anthem, certified hit from first listen. The beat alone is hypnotic, and Gunna floats all over it like he never left. Want this drop? It took over the summer, from clubs to TikTok radio. Even the critics couldn't deny it. It's one of those records that reminds everyone, controversy or not, Gunna is still a hitmaker. Rodeo Drive. Now this one brings the bounce right back. Rodeo Drive is Gunna in his comfort zone. Clean melodies, wavy energy, that luxury talk only he can make. He can make sound effortless. It blends perfectly after Fuck You Mean, keeping the pace high while adding that little more flavor. It's got that smooth top down cruising through the city feel. Classic Gunna vibes. Bread and Butter. This record hit different. Bread and Butter was the real address to everything that went down. Gunna calls with a fake energy, even hinting at Lil Baby and QCPs, saying not everyone kept it 100 when he got out. He clears the air without losing composure. No yelling, just calm truth. He even mentions the lawyers moving shady, but makes it clear he never took the stand, never folded. It's a reminder that he stood on business, regardless of who switched up. These were the 5 records that stood out to me the most on Gift and a Curse. Let me know in the comments what record stood out to you. Themes and impact. Both albums talk redemption, but from different corners. Thug's theme was power, showing he still runs the creative pulse of Atlanta. Even with delays, UI Scuti reminded the game why everyone borrowed his sound in the first place. Gunna's theme was survival, showing he can outlast the hate. A Gift and a Curse rebranded him from controversial to consistent. It had less color, more honesty, and that made it stick longer with the people. Verdict. Who really took the crown? Who really won this post-album jail showdown? If we're talking influence, Young Thug's aura is still untouchable. UI Scuti felt like a victory lap, the kind only a king with a legacy can take. Even after everything, he delivered art with raw edge, experimenting with chaotic production and pushing his signature sound forward. But if we're talking execution, Gunna came out on top, no question. UI Scuti moved about 65K first week, fueled by hype and loyal Thug fans hungry for new music. It had big features, massive build-up, but honestly, the rollout felt scattered, and the album itself had uneven moments. Meanwhile, A Gift and a Curse dropped 85K first week with 0 features. No playlist push, no industry backing, just Gunna standing on business. He faced the noise head on and still topped the charts. Tracks like Fuck You Mean didn't just chart, they went platinum, broke TikTok, and dominated the summer. The numbers had impact. Gunna channeled pain into melody, kept the narrative tight, and delivered one of the most focused albums of his career. He didn't just drop music, he reclaimed his spot. So in short, Thug gave us art, Gunna gave us closure. And when the dust settled, Gunna had the better album. Cleaner rollout, stronger replay value, bigger records, and did it all on his own terms. Hip-hop needed both voices, but this round, the W goes to Gunna. UI Scuti versus Gift and a Curse wasn't just music, it was legacy versus longevity. 2 different energies, 1 wild chapter in Atlanta history. Let me know what you think in the comments, who had the bigger comeback. Hit that subscribe button. This is Real Media. Let's go.